Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a drill. This is not a skirmish. This is a full-blown geopolitical detonation. Yes, it's exploding in our face. Man, if you thought peace was coming, look again. Because Benjamin Netanyahu has ordered a complete military occupation of Gaza. Yes, the whole thing. They want to take it now. Control it. Yeah, so hostage will be... Yeah, I don't know what will happen to them. Civilians, I don't know what will happen to them. Most likely be shot dead, as we've been seeing. Because the war machine wants war, and the war machine is on a march. And I'm going to try to explain everything to you, starting right now. Like this video if you haven't, because it helps us out. And subscribe if you haven't as well. Thank you. Leave a comment if I'm wrong. Alright. Thank you. Now let's start. Benjamin Netanyahu has told his own IDF chief of staff that if this plan doesn't fit them, they can resign. That's literally what he said. I'm not lying. I'm not trying to say anything. That's what he said. Cut one.
We must continue to stand together and fight together to achieve all our war objectives, the defeat of the enemy, the release of our hostages, and the assurance that Gaza will no longer pose a threat to Israel. Later this week, I will convene the cabinet to instruct the IDF on how to achieve these three objectives, all of them without exception.
The Israeli cabinet is split. Intelligence officials are warning that this could be this could backfire. That's what they're saying. According to Israeli media, Benjamin Netanyahu cabinet is preparing to approve expanded operation across Gaza. The goal is to eliminate Hamas military and governing capability, and to secure the release of hostages and prevent future threats to Israel. That's the goal. And I want to quote Benjamin Netanyahu here. He said, we must continue to fight together. We must continue to stand and fight together to achieve our war objective. The defeat of enemy, the release of hostage, and the assurance that Gaza will no longer pose a threat to Israel. That's what Benjamin Netanyahu says. Right now, approximately, there's 49 hostages remain in Hamas custody, with 27 of them feared to be dead.
Dear citizens of Israel, like you, I was deeply shocked yesterday. I saw the horrifying videos of our dear sons, Ram and Eviatar. I called the families, embraced them on behalf of myself and my wife, and on your behalf too. You see them wasting away in a dungeon. But the Hamas monsters surrounding them have thick, fleshy arms. They have everything they need to eat. They are starving them the way the Nazis starved the Jews. And when I see this, I understand exactly what Hamas wants. It doesn't want a deal. It wants to break us through these horrifying videos, through the false propaganda it spreads around the world. But we will not break. I am filled with even stronger determination to free our kidnapped sons, to eliminate Hamas, and to ensure that Gaza will no longer pose a threat to the state of Israel.
And the recent footage of the hostage did not help that. Ram and David appeared to be visibly afraid, as intensified the domestic pressure on Benjamin Netanyahu. So he's going all on. He's taking off the gloves. He doesn't care if his fingerprint gets found on this. He doesn't care anymore. Some critics argue that expanding operation into hostage zone could endanger their life. I kind of agree with this. And also Benjamin Netanyahu supporters say that this is the only way to force Hamas into concession. IDF right now is currently controls 75% of Gaza. A full occupation would require additional troops and troops deployment and prolonged urban warfare. But there's some resistance. Yes, yeah. Some people still have heart. Some people don't want more blood, so they are resisting. The IDF Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir, has reportedly scaled down troops deployment, signaling a resistance. Just a quick pause, guys. I need your help. We need your help because this machine have tried everything. They've deplatformed us once. They've shadow banned us, as you can see from the views. Blacklisted us, and the channel remains demonetized. You wanna know why? Because we report on something that they don't want you to know. But guess what? We still here, we still standing, broadcasting raw, unfiltered truth right through the technocrat machine that they want you to live in. They want your system. They want everybody to live in this machine, so then they can surveil and control and see what you're saying, see what you're not saying. But we resist that. But I have to be honest with you. Yeah, we are running a little bit thin, and we need your help to keep this channel alive. Because the bills, they can't pay themselves, as we already know it. The system, the server, the little crew that we got, the little studio that we have right now, it's all powered by you. All the donation that we get, it keeps this alive. It keeps the crew alive. And yes, I get it. They want to silence us. They want to shut down the show. Because, yeah, it's the last firewall between you and the psychological warfare that they call news. Because we tell the truth. We don't control the news. We give it to you raw and you make your own decision with it. But here's the good news though. Because there's many of us than them. Because we got a lot of freedom-loving warriors here listening to us like you. So, I'm asking you, every listener who can chip in a few quid a month or once, not only gonna make us survive, but expand the team and expand the mission. So I'm asking you to keep us on air, keep the mission alive, and keep this voice on chain. Not just my voice, many other people who are asking for help too. So if you're able to, if you can, go to the link in the description, the first link in the description, just leave something, leave a donation. It could be 50p, it could be £50, 500, it could be anything. We appreciate it. And I want you to know this is not charity. This is a resistance. We're not here to beg. We're here to fight. As you already been seeing us fight. But with your help, we win. And we always win. Always. Let's get back into the video. A full resistance to this full occupation strategy. The IDF military is citing exhaustion, raising equality among service members, and long sustainability concern. And they're using these as a reason not to go and take full control of Gaza. Maybe they just don't want more blood, or maybe they fear that, those hostages might be butchered if they put too much pressure on Hamas, because they will have nothing to lose if they're gonna lose the whole place that they govern. Now, Gaza's health minister reports that 60,000 Palestinians have been killed since October 2023. With those numbers, 18 of them are children. Yeah, there's a lot of numbers that's been thrown out, but this is what we could find. Some reports are saying 200,000. Some reports are saying 500,000. I don't know. But right now, according to what we could find, it's 60,000 deaths. I know a lot of people have been killed, yes, for sure. That's what we could find. Aid agency warned that widespread malnutrition and displacement will spread and grow. And the World Health Organization estimates that 94% of Gaza medical infrastructure has been damaged or destroyed. And of course, Benjamin Netanyahu disagrees and is denying this policy of starvation. He's saying, let me quote what he's saying. He says, "There is no starvation in Gaza. We are committed to achieve our war goals." Yeah, that's what Benjamin Netanyahu is saying, and is doubling down on this. And of course, the last couple of days, we've been seeing the UK says it will recognize Palestine in September unless Israel backs down. But let's be honest here. I have to be honest. I'm sorry. I have to be honest. I'm taking off my gloves now. Okay, let's be honest. Britain is compromised because the same politicians who are saying, hey, let's talk peace, let's talk peace, are the same politicians who are selling the weapons. So who's in control here? Is it the war machine that's in control or our politicians? Because it seems like Islam doesn't want people to die, right? But guess what? Why would they still approve weapons to Israel if you don't want nobody to die? Or maybe it's not him approving the weapons. Maybe. I'm not sure. Because it seems like it's the same in US as well. Because US Americans don't want more wars. They don't want to send, help to foreign countries like Ukraine and Israel. They don't want to send any sort of aid and stuff. But guess what? The weapons and the aid just keeps on going. Doesn't matter which president. So who is in control of this? Because the UK is still selling weapons. They recognize, because we all know recognition without action is virtual signaling. And of course, Israel responded to the UK talk about recognizing Palestine. And I'll quote, here's what Benjamin Netanyahu says. Appeasement toward jihadi terrorists always fail, Benjamin Netanyahu says. But the question is, who's really being appeased here? I'm not sure. Because as we just said, all these politicians don't want more wars. But somehow they always approve weapons to go to fight. Like Trump came in saying he's going to end war before he even goes into the White House. But guess what? He's been sending more weapons to Ukraine. He came in saying he's going to end Hamas war with Israel. But guess what? More military takeover now. I don't know who's in control when it comes to weapons and wars and fighting and stuff. Because if you think this is about Israel, then you need to think again. This is about global surveillance state. This is about the military-industrial complex. This is about evasion of sovereignty. Gaza is just a test. If they can erase the place and take over, that means they can do it anywhere. And the media is silenced. Or maybe because they are bought. Or maybe because they are owned by who? I don't know. Don't ask me that question. It's very controversial. Don't ask me who owns the media. No, I don't want to talk about it. Please, stay away. Let me stick to my notes here. Let me deliver it to you and get out. I'm not going to get controversial here. The channel is already standing on one leg. Benjamin Netanyahu's push for full occupation of Gaza is a high-stake decision. That carries far-reach consequences. It reflects a deeper division with Israel's military leadership and this mounting humanitarian concerns, and also a growing international pressure on Benjamin Netanyahu to stop this. Whether this is a mark of turning point into this conflict, or maybe this is just a continuation of this trench hostility that we remain to see. But what is clear though is that the world is watching. And all of us here have seen babies being killed on both sides. And now the decision that will be made in the next coming days will shape the future and the safety of that region. I'm Baraka, and this is my story to you. Thank you so much for being the gravity of myself. You keep me grounded to tell you the truth. If you hate the truth, I'm sorry, this is probably not a place for you. But bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. You've been silenced for very long, and every time you try to resist, they put you in jail. For my children. You've controlled your mind for so long to the point where you let them decide what your kids should learn, what gender they will be. And now you've let them to come for the whole nation, destroying what Britain once stood up for. They use this media machine not to report the facts to you, but to tell you what to think and what you should do.
Always be careful.
They're hiding the facts behind the noise, and they're recruiting pedophiles to tell you how to behave. And these politicians who meant to protect you, they're out there smashing your head on the ground. And no jail time for them. This road we've been on has been very dark for a very long time, and it's time to shine a light on the truth and advocate for justice. We the people make the nation, and if we don't stand up and advocate for justice, then we certainly won't make this nation great again. So we have to create a place for that, a place that can contribute to a more informed society. And that place is Next Frontier Media.